New to budgeting? Or maybe you've tried it and got overwhelmed by all the categories? This will help. Most people think the problem is their spending, but a lot of times the real issue is how they're organizing it. Too many categories, too much detail, and suddenly budgeting feels like a second job. If you've ever found yourself asking, do groceries count as food or household? Or do I really need a category for dog grooming? You're not alone. This video will walk you through a simple, flexible way to categorize your spending using 5 to 7 core buckets. It works whether you're just getting started or want to clean up a messy system. Because when your categories make sense, budgeting actually becomes easier, and you're more likely to stick with it. Welcome back to Smart Money MVP, where we break down money stuff in a way that actually makes sense. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos to help you take control of your finances, one smart move at a time. Here's where most people go wrong. They create way too many categories. Every little detail becomes its own label. Coffee shops, pet food, skincare, office supplies, birthday gifts. It starts with good intentions, but turns into chaos fast. When your budget has 30+ categories, it's hard to see the big picture. You're spending more time organizing than learning. That leads to frustration and drop-off. You don't need that much detail. The real goal is clarity, not precision. Budgeting is less about tracking every crumb and more about understanding your patterns. Here's a simpler way to categorize your spending. Use 5 to 7 core buckets. That's it. Enough to give you insight, not so much that it becomes overwhelming. Here's a sample setup that works for most people. 1. Needs, rent, groceries, utilities, transportation. 2. Wants, dining out, subscriptions, non-essential shopping. 3. Savings, emergency fund, travel savings, big purchases. 4. Investing, retirement accounts, brokerage contributions, crypto. 5. Debt, credit cards, student loans, car payments. 6. Fun, personal, hobbies, gifts, events, self-care. 7. Other, flex, anything irregular or uncategorized. You can merge or rename these however you want. For example, some people combine wants and fun into one category. The key is consistency. If your system is clear, you'll spend less time labeling and more time learning from your spending. Once you have your core categories, the next step is labeling. And this is where people tend to overthink. Should you separate coffee from dining out? What about groceries versus household supplies bought at the same store? The answer: don't get stuck on perfection. Use a simple rule and apply it consistently. For example, anything from the grocery store goes under needs. Anything you buy for fun or convenience, like takeout or coffee, goes under wants or fun. The goal isn't to label every item flawlessly. It's to keep your categories clean enough to spot patterns over time. Once your categories are consistent, you can start spotting trends. And that's where the real value kicks in. Every month or two, scan your categories and ask, where am I overspending? Are wants creeping higher than I expected? Is my savings category being ignored? You don't need a complicated report, just a quick scan. Look for anything out of balance and make one small adjustment the next week or month. That's how you improve without burnout. You're not judging yourself, just using your data to make better, calmer decisions. To bring this to life, let's walk through a real example. Here's a week's worth of spending for a family of 3. Categorized using the 5 to 7 bucket system. Groceries at Trader Joe's, $150, categorize as needs. Starbucks, $14, categorize as wants. Rent payment, $1,350, categorize as needs. Netflix subscription, $16, categorize as wants. Gas station fill-up, $60, categorizes needs. Car oil change, $55, categorizes needs. Haircut, $30, categorizes fun personal. Dog vet visit, $120, categorize needs. 401k auto contribution, $150, categorize as investing. Credit card payment, $200, categorizes debt. Dinner out with friends, $48, categorize as fun or personal. Transfer to emergency fund, $100, categorize as savings. Amazon order birthday gift for a friend, $35, categorize as fun or personal. Passport renewal fee, $130, categorize as other or flex. Now you've got 14 transactions covering every core category. And notice, nothing's over-categorized or hard to interpret. This system gives you clarity without the chaos. The key is not to be perfect, just consistent. The more you repeat this process, the faster and easier it becomes. Budgeting isn't about controlling every cent. It's about creating a clear view of your money so you can make smarter, calmer choices over time. And remember, fewer categories means less stress, better insight, and a system you'll actually stick with. That's the real win. If you found this helpful, hit the like button. Subscribe for more simple, smart money tips.